Hey guys, welcome to the 18th episode of Q&A. Viewer Mansoor Ali has asked in the third episode of Static Timing Analysis, what is POCV in STA? He is a fresher and hence looking for the fundamentals to understand POCV. In the theoretical episodes of STA in this channel, the statistical STA was not covered. Hence, in this episode, we will go through the fundamentals of statistical STA in dealing with the on-chip variation first, and then we will discuss its practical implementation as POCV. Stay tuned till the end of this episode to cover the basic know-how of parametric on-chip variation in statistical STA.
Hey guys, welcome back to the computer screen. Here today we are discussing the question from Mansoor Ali where he has asked for POCV explanation in the third episode of Static Timing Analysis series. So without any further delay, let's begin. Today in this episode we will cover the below topics. First, we will discuss what is on-chip variation. Next, we will discuss the STA limitation, and from that point the statistical STA begins. The statistical STA basic algorithm is the next thing that we will going to discuss. Then we will discuss what is POCV. Next, we will discuss the basic delay equation in POCV. We will understand how the POCV input files are different from the regular static timing analysis input files. And at the last, we will discuss the command that you need to invoke the POCV in the STA tool. So folks, this is the menu for today and let's begin. What is on-chip variation? Now before going any further, I would like to say that the POCV, the last three alphabets is OCV. So I have kept this slide, although similar slide was already there in the STA series. I have kept specifically here to reiterate the facts on OCV. Now what is on-chip variation? On-chip variation is recognition of intrinsic variability of semiconductor processes and their impact on the factors such as logic timing. So this is a kind of dictionary definition of the on-chip variation. Next, PVT variation is inter-die, also known as global variation. We have already discussed about the PVT variation in the ST episode. Now why I kept this? Because there is a striking difference between the PVT variation versus the on-chip variation. Now, intra-die, that is single wafer variation, is termed as the OCV variation, also known as the local variation. The on-chip variation is intra-die, that is within a single wafer, and all about the spatial distribution of the variants. The OCV effect is predominant on longer physical paths in a chip. So there are start point and end point of very many timing paths which are very long in nature and going from one end to the another end of a single wafer. Although every chip size is much smaller than the whole wafer, however, in direction wise, this path can run from one end to another. So on those paths, the OCV effect is very much important. OCV variation impacted by temperature variation by 10 to 20 degrees centigrade. Hence, more OCV specific corners come into the picture than your typical first. I would like to mention here one thing. If you open up any standard cell library distribution, right, you will find typical, slow, fast, and there are many combinations of all these PVT corners. Now those are PVT corners. That is PVT variation, that is inter-die variation. But for OCV, generally we have a kind of format in the timing.lib that is called LVF. Come to that later words. However, this is much more important in sub-nanometer region chips, the OCV factor, and we proceed to the next bullet. The STA incorporate OCV effect by derating delays of the specific path. Both cell and net delay are subject to derating effect. So derating is nothing but a method of manipulation or to the existing delay with a particular mathematical expression. So that is derating, and that actually can replicate the OCV delays. There is no on-chip variation, that is the single wafer variation. OCV effect can be implemented in the STA tool using the following command: set timing derate early or late. Whatever value you give, you can specify there. So folks, we are done with this particular slide. So let's move on to the next slide. STA limitations and statistical STA. Now, so far we have discussed about the STA. Inside that we have discussed the POCV, and at some point this get a roadblock. Let us look into that particular area. Conventional STA cannot easily handle intra-die correlation, especially if the spatial correlation is included. I mentioned this word spatial distribution few slides back already. Now here you can see it. For intra-die variation, STA needs many corners to handle all possible cases. This is achieved at the cost of more standard cell characterization, time and resource budget that has an effect on the manpower who are generating the library, the standard cell library, the timing library, and all the dependent files and folders, whatever they are. Next. This motivated semiconductor research and development bodies to look for a modern practical approach to perform static timing analysis. So this roadblock that for intra-die variation we have to create much more number of corners that will cause the standard cell characterization in a massive scale, and we get the corners after that, and then we do the STA for the intra-die variation. So this roadblock pushed all the research and development bodies in latest semiconductor industry to think for a much more modern approach. They borrowed the concept of statistics. That is, likely you are familiar with the word probability, standard deviation, etc. Yes, those comes from the statistics. They brought this statistics into the STA in a more realistic approach. Statistical STA replaces the regular STA timing of gates and interconnects, that is gates and nets, by the introduction of probability-based distribution. So here the statistics enters into the static timing analysis. Hence, the analysis report gives a set of all possible circuit output combination rather than a single situation. This is much more practical approach in sub-nanometer era. Now, when we have our conventional STA, we get the output, one single output for one particular path, about whatever we are looking for there. That is what we are considering right now. However, when we use the statistical STA, we get a statistical distribution, and the result is also containing the statistical result, which will contain much more possible output combination rather than a single particular situation. So this is much more acceptable, because when all the things are varying inside a single die, that is a single wafer, we do not know what is happening where, and better to consider all of them before our chip actually goes on to silicon and fails. The silicon failure is not at all welcome by any of the chip designing houses, because if the chip fails at silicon, they will have to face a huge market loss. So to stop that in a sub-nanometer era, the statistical approach, the statistical way of analysis and the output interpretation and taking actions accordingly will help lesser number of silicon failures. So this is the significance where the boundary line of STA stops. On the other side of the boundary, the statistical STA starts acting. Folks, we are done with this particular slide. Let's move on. Statistical STA basic algorithms. This slide is kept for your basic know-how. When you are going through any particular tool manual, you might across come of one or both of the algorithms. That is why we are touch basing this slide. It's not mandatory to know. However, if you know this particular fundamental, it may help you in real-time work. There are two main categories of statistical STA algorithm, that is path-based and block-based. By the name, you can guess path means there is a path related and block means there is a design block. So let us see what are they. A path-based algorithm sums gate and wire delays on specific path. The statistical calculation is simple, but the path of interest must be identified prior to running the analysis. There is the potential that some other paths may be relevant but not analyzed. So path selection is very, very important. So here done with the path-based algorithm. Next point is the block-based algorithm. A block-based algorithm generates the arrival time and required time for each node and work forward and backward from the blocked elements. The advantage is completeness and there is no need of path selection. So these are algorithms that happens inside a tool, and the way the tool handles the mathematical computations and playing with the statistical rules there. So that's why all these algorithms are displayed to you, just to have an idea and a kind of virtual visualization what is happening inside your STA tool. The biggest challenge in the algorithm is that a statistical max or mean operation that is also considered. Correlation is needed, which is a hard technical problem. So folks, we are done with this particular slide, and I think a virtual impression of the algorithm has already printed in your mind. So let's move on to the next slide. What is POCV? Now, finally, we come to the slide of our concern of today's episode. POCV stands for Parametric On Chip Variation, which uses a statistical approach. Up to this point, you have already known that we are dealing with the statistical STA, and POCV is somewhere in this picture. POCV handles the local random variation without requiring the statistical library characterization. POCV works based on statistical Gaussian distribution of cell or net delay instead of adding direct values. It calculates delay variation by modeling intrinsic cell or gate delay and parasitic R and C to determine both statistical mean and sigma variation. So far up to these points, you might have visualized that it is statistical STA. However, there is some plus thing onto it. So that is POCV, what we are discussing right now and what is displayed here. The cell delay is further broken down into N-channel components and P-channel components. You understand what are these two things. Then assume that all the cells along a path have the same mean and sigma. Next, in POCV, cell delay gets calculated from either library or POCV table. We'll come to this. Since POCV is statistics based, it can't slide into just any STA tool. Rather, it needs a statistical STA engine in order to be used. What do you mean by that? That all the statistical mathematics have to be enabled in the engine, and that engine is not same as that our conventional STA. We know it theoretically, it is different. The statistics mathematics related to it is very much different than our regular mathematics. So this engine must have all the statistical necessary mathematics and algorithms enabled so that the POCV can run onto it. So here comes the plus factor that I was talking about the POCV. Next, we are discussing the basic delay equation in POCV. Why we need this thing, the basic delay equation? It is again, the tool is doing its calculation. You don't have to bother. However, you need a virtual visualization of what is happening inside. That is the necessary of this equation. Right now it is getting displayed to you. The new cell delay after the POCV can be defined as delay new is equal to delay original plus delay variable into param. So what are all these things? Delay original is the original delay of the cell without applying any direct. Next, delay var is one standard deviation value of the delay distribution of the cell. Param is the standard random variable, that is n. So these are all statistical terms. So this way you can visualize the new delay that has been defined inside POCV engine. We are done with this particular slide in a short and sweet manner. Let's move on to the next one. POCV specific input files. So this is the thing that I was mentioning that few slides ago. We will talk about how the input files are different. Mostly the POCV specific files we are talking about here. Rest of the files, whatever we have discussed for STA, they will be there. However, we need some additional files, and these additional files can be provided to the POCV engine in two ways. In the first way is POCV Liberty Variation file. So I just talked about few slides back about this also. It is also called POCV LVF, which is, I think, comes in the timing library. And the second way is we combine two type of files together. The first one is POCV distance direct files, and next one is the POCV coefficient file. So we have two different approach of giving the POCV input files. One is the LVF file, which is on your left side, and on the right hand side there is a combination of distance direct file and coefficient file, which have to be provided together to the POCV engine. So once you deal with the tool, you will come across these files. So in a short and sweet manner, this slide is already discussed. Let's move on to the next slide. POCV STA command. You might be wondering up to this point, so far we have discussed all the theories and everything. However, when we want to invoke the POCV inside our statistical STA tool, what command we should use? So the command is variation underscore analysis. It is the command that is the tickle proc, and the arguments are mode, we give the value as POCV, then we give from and to, that is the path starting point to the path end point. And then we mention about the delay type, that is max for data analysis or mean for hold analysis. So this is in a short and sweet manner the command to invoke the POCV. Anything happening statistically, it will be taken care by this particular tickle command. One thing I would like to mention here. Always check your latest tool command manual for the command, because the VLSI industry is always changing, even every day, every minute, every second. So whenever you are trying to use any command, check its latest manual. So there might be some changes or updation. You must adhere to these changes or updation to get the full output from that particular command. So with that, I'll conclude this slide. Let's move on to the next slide. Thank you very much for watching up to this point, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. In case you have some dislikes, put that as in comments in the comment section down below, and bye for today.